2 wins from 2 clean sheets. How pleased with the performance at Grimsby?
Yeah, it's been a good response. Like I said after the game, to the defeat against Chesterfield at home, disappointing day for everybody. Lots of aspects of disappointment. But for us to respond in the manner that we have, 2 clean sheets, 4 goals, really pleased.
Was that a big aim of yours for your team to set the marker down really early at the start of the game?
Yeah, we try and start well in every game. We're playing against a team that is in form in Grimsby, so we needed to make sure our energy was good. We knew, and I heard David's comments after the game that they'd been to France and somewhere else. I think he said somewhere else. He said, I can't remember where else he said. But yeah, and he was right. And what I'm trying to say about that is that we knew that they had 2 long travels. So we needed to make sure our energy was good from the start, and I thought it was, and we started the game really well.
How was Joel over from that? Because I know he didn't start the game, did he? He was pulled from the warm-up.
Yeah, he's fine. Joe, he's trained all week. It was just a strange one, really. He's just gone up for the ball and felt a little bit of spasm in his back. And sometimes when that happens, the spasm stays there for a day or 2. But yeah, he's fine. He's good. Is
this what you want to see more from your side now? You said it was the best your side played in that first half. You just want more from this now, going forwards.
Yeah, I think we've shown glimpses this season of certain aspects of our performances and how we want to play and stuff like that, but not for that sustained period. I think we've gone, a good 45 minutes of what we're about and how we coach and how we try and get our team to play. Second half obviously was a bit of a dead rubber, really. I think the sending off sort of way killed the game, and it's difficult playing against 10 men. I actually believe we'd have probably scored more if they had 11 on the pitch, because I felt we're in that moment that we could have scored, but as so happens, we didn't need to. We just needed to be in control of what we were doing, and it's always difficult against 10 men, like I say. And fair play to David, he set his team up in a 4-3-2. The midfield 3 shuffled across the pitch quick, and we probably just didn't overload that area enough in the second half. But we weren't sure, and I said this to the players on Monday, we weren't sure what they were gonna do in the second half. We sort of prepped for a 4-4-1, which is probably on me and the staff a little bit. We thought that's the way they might have gone about it in the second half, and hence why we probably weren't as fluid as we were in the first half. But listen, we got the job done in the end, so we can't really complain.
Tom Anderson, additional 3-match ban. What are your thoughts on this, Grant?
Disappointed, really disappointed. We obviously thought we had a chance with the appeal, hence why we appealed it. I'm disappointed he actually got, the appeal just got sniffed away, because there's ex-players on the board of appeal, and sometimes you're looking for a bit of rational around it and to see the human side. It's 2 lads at a corner holding each other, and it's minimal, what's happened really. And I think what's happened then is Tom's obviously an honest, one of the most honest boys you'll ever meet in your life, and he's obviously lost his rag with the decision, because he knows he hasn't done a lot wrong. What they've probably done is have looked at it in 2 separate incidents and probably looked at it and thought, well, if he did this on the pitch and he tried to confront the 4th official, then that would be a straight red. So yeah, it's disappointing for us, because we don't want to be missing people, and obviously to miss him for, I think it's another 4 games, 3 games after Saturday's game, is disappointing for us all, particularly when we've got Richard Wood injured as well.
Another one who'll be, of course, missing Saturday, Patrick Kelly. He'll be on international duty. A big miss.
Yeah, he is. He's been really good the last couple of games, and hopefully this is the last of it for a while after this international break, that he can settle down. And I've mentioned this before, it's been a bit stop-start for him. The international games in between his start to his Doncaster Rovers time. So after these games, these next 2 games, he only misses 1 for us, plays 2 for Northern Ireland. PK will settle down, and I think we'll see more consistent performances like we have in the last 2 games of him on a more regular basis.
How's he found it as well? Because like you said, it must be quite hard for him to get that consistent performance together when he's going through certain times, with the international team and coming back, etc.
Well, we sort of knew this was going to happen in the initial bit anyway, because when we signed him, we knew he was going to be away in international games and stuff like that. So we knew that probably after this international break in October, from then onwards, we'll probably see, a lot more of PK, i.e. what he can bring to the team. I think over the last 2 games, he's shown how his attributes, his travelling with the ball, his beating people, his getting forward, his recoveries. That was probably a big thing. I sat with him a couple of weeks back now and said, look, what's your strengths? And he told me his strengths, and one of them I disagreed with because I hadn't seen yet. And he was taken back by it a little bit, and one of them was, aggressiveness, pressing, get after the ball and recovering. So and I know that he has that. I know he was excellent at that at West Ham, but sometimes when you step up into like a League 2, it's a different type of challenge. So just sitting showing him some of his numbers and where he is compared to the rest of the midfield players and sprint distance and stuff like that, I think he was quite surprised. But the last 2 games he's played, he's gone through the roof in that. So sometimes you just need to give younger players a little reminder of what it's about to play at this level and in the league and the EFL anyway.
Ahead of Saturday, any injury news?
No, I think just like I say, the ones who you know about, obviously Woody and Tom Nixon. Tom Nixon stepped into training a little bit today, so he's feeling a bit better, but obviously he's going to need a bit of time on the training pitch before we consider him. Tom Anderson's obviously suspended, but everybody else is fine.
It's Crewe on Saturday. Is there another incentive for your side, obviously with what happened in the playoffs at the back end of last season? No.
New season, new game, 2 new squads. They've signed quite a few players. We've brought up quite a few players in. Games are relevant to me now. It's a brand new season. My focus is only on this game to try and making sure we get the right game plan, and hopefully try and get another 3 points.
You're playing as a team just like Saturday in Greenfield, a team like Crewe who picked up a good run of form. What are your thoughts on them, Grant?
Yeah, form team in the league. I think they're an energetic team. Obviously, Lee has his team. They always play in the right way in terms of how they want to get on the football and try and hurt you. I think they've got different ways of playing in terms of how they press. So it's interesting just watching them and analysing them and seeing what they do in different certain situations. So we need to be ready for that. We need to be ready. We need to make sure we get our team right. We need to make sure we're ready for everything that they throw against us and what they do against us out of possession. So yeah, we've come up with some different things that we've looked at over the last few days with the players that hopefully can help us in the game.
Finally, day 10, Prostate United, how are the legs?
Surprisingly okay. Didn't feel too good yesterday. We had a long day on Tuesday. We had obviously the training, and then we had a bounce game here against Scunthorpe, and then I went to watch Huddersfield against Barnsley in the evening. Didn't get home till about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then ran the next day and felt terrible. But today felt much better, and so it's we keep going. It's amazing the amount of money we're raising as well. So I'm really pleased and proud of the money that all of the Prostate United camp are raising, but particularly for Doncaster Rovers, for us to be top of that leaderboard again is where we want to stay and keep pushing and give as much back as we can, and hopefully we're there come the end of the month.